Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing really well. So I did say a couple of weeks ago that I was going to be taking a break from YouTube for the rest of December and come back in January, but things have been really hard lately, and I've been turning to things that are super comforting for me, and discussing books with you guys is one of the most comforting things that I do. So I figured I'm gonna do a book haul of everything that I've found in the thrift stores lately and received as packages and stuff, and yeah, just have a good old time chatting about books. So I wanted to go through the gifts that I received first, and then we'll get into what I found from local sellers in my community and in the thrift store. So I don't do unboxings anymore on my channel of packages from friends and other booktubers and viewers and stuff, just because sometimes they make me super emotional, and so I leave the unboxing for myself, and then I just share the books and stuff with you guys afterwards. So this isn't an official unboxing. I've already seen these items, but yeah, I like to keep the first unveiling a little bit private. So the first book that I received is this one from my friend Edie Lewis from Edie Lewis Reviews, and if you guys aren't following him already, I'll leave all of his information down below. He's become a really good friend. We talk frequently on Instagram, and I really appreciate that he thought of me to send me a book. So this is Ghosts of Southeast Kansas by Cheryl Carvajal, I think is how you pronounce the last name, and I'm so super excited to have this one to put on my ghosty shelf right here. So I did say in a video previously that I wanted to get books from like other places outside of Canada, because the majority of the ones that I have obviously are Canadian ghost stories. So I'm super excited to have this and to put it on the shelf next to all of my other ghosty books. And I have been in a super bad reading slump lately. I've hardly been reading anything. You guys probably noticed that my channel is all book hauls lately and not much of anything else, and that's part of the reason. I've been book shopping, but I haven't been reading a whole lot. I was super excited to get this one because sometimes to break myself out of a reading slump, I'll change up what I'm reading and the length of what I'm reading. So this one obviously is a very short book of short stories, and it's also nonfiction. So what I usually read, of course, is fiction, and so just changing up the type of thing that I'm reading usually helps break me out of that slump. So this came at a perfect time, and I was so happy to have a friend that thought of me, and you know, I do love the ghosty books, so I'm gonna put this one on the shelf next to the others, and it can sit there with pride. And then the other gift I received was from my friend Regina St. Clair, who has become someone that I really look up to in this community. She is just a genuine fantastic person, a fantastic writer, and you know, she's just so wholesome, and I do love looking up to her. So she did include this really cute card, and I don't think she knew this, but I love dragons, and this reminded me of one of my favorite movies. Is called The Flight of Dragons, and it has a green dragon in it, and his name is Gorbash.
Cute little fellow, awkward and helpless. Named him Gorbash.
So all I can picture here is Gorbash giving the wizard Carolinus a Christmas present, and that made me so happy. So, and it has the most beautiful message on the inside, which I'm going to keep for myself. And then she did include 2 Sweet Valley books. So I mean, anybody that sends me Sweet Valley books is just going to put a smile on my face. So we have number 10, this is Wrong Kind of Girl, and I don't have this one in my collection. And then number 11, Too Good to Be True. So I do have this one in my collection, but my other copy isn't in as good condition as this one. It's a little bit creased up. So I'm going to be replacing my old copy with a new one. So I do appreciate when people send me books that, you know, I can replace in my own collection, because, you know, they're not in as good condition. So that's fantastic. So thank you so much, Regina. And again, I'll leave all of Regina's stuff linked down below as well. And then staying with the Sweet Valley theme, this is one that I found at the thrift store myself. So this is one that I've never seen before. I've never seen it on anybody's channel. I've never seen it out in the wild or, you know, anything. So this is the Sweet Valley Twins, and this is number 100, The Evil Within, If I Die Before I Wake. And it says the conclusion to the Frightening 4 miniseries. So like I said, never seen this one before. And this is a cover like none of the other Sweet Valleys that I've seen before either. It is a wonderful die cut cover with this image on the inside, and this looks like a fantastic mystery. So super excited to have this one. Like I said, I've never seen this. I never knew it existed. And the Sweet Valley series is not something that I know a lot of the offshoots, like the mini series that kind of coincide with the main series, because Babysitter's Club was more my jam when I was growing up. I did read some of the Sweet Valley Twins and the Sweet Valley High, but it wasn't something that I was super into. So to learn about all of these offshoots and miniseries and stuff like that is super cool. So this one is not in fantastic condition. It is creased up pretty good, but you know, I got it for like $1.50, and to get something like that for like a special edition one, I thought was pretty good. So super excited to have this one for the collection. And then also at the thrift store, I found these 3 in the Ghost Beach series. Now these are not true vintage, because anything that I would consider vintage is like before the year 2000. But they are getting up there. These came out in about 2006, and it's a series that I've never read before, but I am so into vampires lately. I've been wanting to read vampire books. So I thought I would grab these, and they do have really nice embossed covers. And so this takes place, I believe, in Malibu, and this new kid comes to town and he learns that the popular kids in Malibu are vampires. So it's very much like a Lost Boys sort of theme, and on the back here it says the A-list bites. So this is just 3 out of the series. I believe there are 5 or 6 of them. I did look it up, and I'm missing the first book, but I do have Initiation, Ritual, and Legacy. So I do have to find the first book before I can start reading them. Wondering if I can find them on Kindle or something and give these a go, because they look really good. So if you've read this series, let me know down below. And then I was super excited to find this one at the thrift store as well. So a couple of weeks ago I did share in one of my hauls that I found the movie adaptation of this, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And I've never seen the movie, and it's super popular. It's a super popular vintage film that is beloved by a lot of people. So to find the novel in the same thrift store like a week or 2 weeks later was fantastic. And like I said, hadn't read the book, hadn't seen the movie. So I think sometime soon I'm going to be doing like a book to movie comparison, maybe in a vlog, and that'll be a lot of fun. And anything that has to do with like 50s greasers, like I love anything to do with the 50s and 60s, the music, the history, the style, anything like that, movies. So I was super excited to find this one, and yeah, I think I'm really gonna like it, because just even the themes in this book sounds super good. So if you are a lover of The Outsiders and you've seen the movie or read the book, let me know, and let me know what you thought of it. And then I did find this one. You know, us Gen Xers and early millennials are really good at traumatizing ourselves, especially like when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s. So this one is one out of the Lifelines series. This is Mother, Please Don't Die. Just look at that amazing cover. So you know this is going to be a heartbreaking one, and this is by Lurleen McDaniel, who also wrote Don't Die My Love, which is another one that I shared in another haul recently, or semi-recently, and it was a book that I read when I was growing up. Absolutely broke my heart. I read it like 10 times and it broke my heart every time. So I know this one is going to be right up there as well. So I haven't seen a whole lot of these Lifelines books out in the wild, so I was super happy to grab this one for like, you know, $1 or $1.50, and I know it's going to be cheesy fun. And next up we have a Christopher Pike that I actually didn't have in my collection. I bought this because it was like $2, but I thought I had another copy in my collection that was in worse condition, and I actually don't. I didn't have it at all, which is weird. So I was glad when I looked at the shelf. I was cleaning it off yesterday and I was like, hey, I don't even own this. So I was just stuck it in there. It's in great condition. And it says, the sweetest words of love are often the deadliest. And I did read this one when I was younger. Can't remember much about it, but I do know that I liked it. So super excited to get back into this one, probably in 2024. And then I did find 2 of these off a local seller in my community. These are 2 out of the Choose Your Own Adventure series, and I never read any of these books when I was growing up. So I was super excited to find these. I'm going to give them a go for sure. So first we have number 14, The Forbidden Castle. And this one is from 1982, which is great. I actually want to do a whole shelf of books from 1982, which was my birth year. And then we do have this one. This one's number 78, Return to Atlantis. So I'm assuming there's like a first one out of this that also has to do with Atlantis. And this one is from 1988. So these are fairly old. This one is not in fantastic condition, but the other one is. But I was super excited to find these because, like I said, I hadn't read these when I was growing up, and I've always wanted to give them a go. And then getting into some movie and show adaptations. This one is not in good condition at all, but I got it for $1. So we have the novelization of E.T. And this is, I'm assuming it came out in 1982 when the movie did. Yes, June 1982. So, I mean, E.T. was probably the biggest movie of that year, and so it'll go perfectly on my 1982 shelf. I definitely want to get that going. And I also have one of the Amityville books by Hans Holzer that's also from 1982. And, you know, Poltergeist is another one that I want to get, but I was super excited just to see this one. And this particular person had a whole stack of vintage novelizations together, and I was so excited because the post had gone up late at night and I get up super early in the morning, so I put on there that I wanted to buy them, and there was a whole bunch of people behind me that wanted to buy them as well, but I managed to snag them just because I'm an early bird, so that worked out. So we have E.T. And then we have 2 of the novelizations of Back to the Future. So we have Back to the Future 2 and 3. So obviously I have to find the first one as well. But these are in really good condition. You know, there's hardly any spine creases, a little bit dinged up at the top. And, you know, just around the edges on one of them, actually not even both of them, on one of them is, you know, a little bit dinged up. But you know, considering how old these are, they're in great condition. So have to keep the eye out for number 1. And then this is another one from us like Gen Xers, early millennials. Then The Incredible Journey with the dogs and the cat on the front here. I mean, this was a movie that we all watched growing up. We all cried at this movie. So this one was super nostalgic to have. So it says the original copyright is from 1960. The illustration is from 72. And this is a reprint from 1989. So this one is in really good condition, and you know, when you find these, you just gotta snap them up. I didn't even know there was a novelization to this, so they had all of these like together in one lot for super cheap. I think I got like 7 books or 6 books for $7 or something, so I snapped these up really quickly. And then the last novelization that I have, you guys know that I love the Road to Avonlea series. So if you don't know anything about this, it was a TV show based here in Canada in the 80s and 90s. And I think it went back as far as the 80s. It might have started in like 90 or 91. And basically this show is an offshoot of Anne of Green Gables. It's owned by Kevin Sullivan and his production company who did the Anne of Green Gables miniseries. And it's fantastic. I love this series. I have an undying love for these characters, and I did actually buy the series on Gazebo TV and started collecting the novelizations last year as well. So this is one that I didn't have. This is number 3, Song of the Night, and this is one of the ones that have like, you know, the images from the show, from the episode inside. So I was super excited to find this. It was just a couple of dollars, and it's in really good condition. So another one to put with the Road to Avonlea shelf, and definitely going to keep an eye out for the rest of these. I don't know if there's a book for every single episode that they ever did, because I think the show was on for something like 6 or 7 years, but I'll have to look it up and see how many there actually are in the series. And then last but not least, so these are Holy Grail finds for my collection. These are super rare. I've never seen any of these in the wild. I've never seen them where it's like all 3 together, and I've only ever seen them on eBay for a huge amount of money. So Matthew actually spotted these. I missed it, and I had gone on to like another section of the shelf, and he was like, did you need these? So we have all 3 in the Fear Street Nights series, and I almost fell over in the aisle. I couldn't believe it. These are in fantastic condition. One of them has a few creases, you know, in the cover, but to get these for $2 each is like unheard of. I know my friend Marissa from Spooky Syllables, she was like, I've never seen these out in the wild, and I was like, I know. So I mean, all three incredible. So we have Midnight Games, and then we have Darkest Dawn. I'm not doing these in order, sorry. And then we have Moonlight Secrets. So like I said, you know, these are in really, really good condition. Actually, yeah, this one here does have a crease in the cover, but it's not really all that noticeable. There's no rips or tears. And so I was super, super excited to find these, and I was like, yes, I need those for my collection. Oh my God. So all three, bam, they're right there. They're gonna be up on the shelf. I'm so, so happy to get these. I mean, I got them for $6 altogether. You know, on eBay, these are going for like, what, 30 to 50 bucks each. And sometimes that includes shipping, sometimes it doesn't. So I was super, super, super excited to see these up there. And they were with another couple of Fear Street books actually that we grabbed as well and brought home. So there you go. Holy Grail finds at the thrift store for next to nothing. It was a good day. We found a lot of stuff, and gonna keep going back to that posh thrift store every couple of weeks because it never disappoints. I always come out with a huge stack of books. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed the haul, and I hope you guys all had a wonderful festive season. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave me a question or a comment down below because you know I love chatting with you guys. But until next time, stay spooky, everybody. Bye.